Hello, my name is Lola, and I'm going to be reacting to The Simpsons Bartman meets Radioactive Man on the NES by Angry Video Game Nerd. This was requested by Braylon Castillo and Hardcore Boyish 2. Thank you for the recommendation. I actually looked it up, and there's actually two videos where the nerd looks at Simpsons games. There was this one and another one that came out like 14 years ago. Jesus Christ. But since it's Christmas, I decided, look at this one. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah, let's check this out. And if you want to like, comment, subscribe my channel, can if you don't want to. That's fine too. Here we go.
Angry Video Game Nerd.
Oh, that's so cool.
Shit, Pickle.
Mike.
Shit, Pickle.
Where
did you learn to
Hi, everybody!
Dr. Nick!
Hi, Dr. Nick!
I've been forced here today to talk to you about World of Fish Tanks. Oh, wait, I mean Manscaped Shadow Legends? Oh, here we go. ExpressVPN. Don't you hate it when your internet provider spies on all the sites you visit, then legally sells your data to ad companies? Oh boy, what a racket. Thankfully, ExpressVPN reroutes your connection through a secure, encrypted magic server. It keeps all your private information private. Trust me, using incognito mode on your browser doesn't hide anything. Before I used ExpressVPN, I had a lot of malpractice lawsuits leak on the internet, which got me blackmailed by the mafia. Ow!
Speaking of which, I'm here for the money, which I know you have been saving since ExpressVPN is less than $7 dues a month, with the 30-day money-back guarantee. Actually, tell me more about this service.
Sure. ExpressVPN is easy to use. You connect with just one click, and it's fast. It's why ExpressVPN is the #1 rated VPN in the world. Take back your internet privacy today and find out how you can get 3 months free by clicking the link in the description.
Head to expressvpn.com/cinemassacre to get this deal. Now, where were we?
Bye, everybody.
Okay, that animated intro was way too good. How am I going to top that? Well, anyway, I want to take you back to the holiday shopping season of December '92. Kids were hyped for awesome new toys, and I guess the movie toys on VHS too. But I was more into Demonic Toys, which was released the same year. Anyway, my Christmas list included a Batman Returns playset, probably some Ninja Turtles figures, and of course, Super Nintendo games. But sadly, many kids didn't get a Super Nintendo from Santa, and instead got this lump of coal shat into their stockings. Bartman meets Radioactive Man. Now, you may remember, I already talked about the first two Simpsons NES games. Boy, that was 13 years ago. Damn. But these were so bad,
I know, right?
They literally made me eat my own shorts. The Simpsons is a show that's been running for a long, long time. It was great back then, but it's gone on way too long, and it needs to stop.
Yeah.
Okay, on to AVGN episode 180-something. Well, The Simpsons is obviously a huge franchise, and if you take a look at all the other huge franchises that made it to the NES, you'll see that one certain company held the monopoly. Spider-Man, LJN. Friday the 13th, LJN. X-Men, LJN. Jaws, LJN. Back to the Future, LJN. Karate Kid, LJN. Roger Rabbit, LJN. Simpsons, Acclaim. Who bought and owned LJN? Acclaim. Why couldn't it be Konami? Konami made some awesome Ninja Turtles games and had the rights to make the Simpsons arcade game, which was probably one of the most popular beat-em-ups ever made. What deal with the devil did Acclaim make to get the rights to make Simpsons Nintendo games? Even on the 16-bit consoles, we never got a port of The Simpsons Arcade. And for what reason? They put it on DOS and Commodore 64. Seriously, the only way to play Simpsons Arcade at home back in the day was on DOS and Commodore 64? I can't even imagine trying to play it that way. I never got the whole fascination with Bartman. I mean, in the 90s, there was Bartman merchandise out the ass. I mean, Bartman was everywhere, except for the actual show. When this game came out, the only time Bartman ever appeared on the show was in the episode 3 Men in a Comic Book from Season 2. There was a Bartman comic book, but that didn't really start till 93, the year after this game came out. They must have been really reaching for ideas to vomit out another Simpsons game. The plot starts with Bart in his treehouse reading a comic when Fallout Boy, the sidekick of Radioactive Man, not the emo band, comes in and tells Bart that Radioactive Man is trapped in the limbo dimension
that character is
and
the
needs
inspiration
Bart's
for the
help to
Fall Out
escape.
Boy band,
So Bart changes into Bartman and sets out to help Radioactive Man. So this is the third Simpsons NES game, and it seems Bart's learned nothing after fighting space mutants and the world, because he still controls like shit. Even that jumping sound is intact. So it definitely feels like the third part of a trilogy of paper cuts on your dick hole. So the point of the game is to defeat 3 supervillains and restore Radioactive Man's powers so you can take on Braino the Magnificent. The first enemy you take on is Swamp Hag. You start off in a junkyard fighting dogs, giant bugs, and a weird guy that I think was in the background of an episode one time. There's also tiny rats that are too short to hit. Shit like this is up there with the most asshole-ish offenses in horrible game design. How does making an enemy impossible to hit fair? It's bullshit. Along the way, you collect power-ups, like Laser Eyes, a tornado that makes Bart invincible, exclamation points that give you a 1-up, if you collect 20 of them. There's also, whatever this is, that brings you to the Limbo Zone. It's a bonus level that wastes your time and makes you redo most of the level. Yeah, you can collect 1-ups here, but you get enough of them during the actual game. It's best just to skip them, unless you actually want to play more of this game, which I don't. Whenever you get to these giant mountains of trash, it's a crapshoot. Going up the mountain is easy enough. When you have to go down the other side, you have no idea where you can land, so you just have to jump and hope for the best. Sometimes you can see a screw or a gear shooting up, so you know a platform's there, but lots of the time, you just have to jump and hope you land on something. If you don't land on a tire pile, you fall through the trash and die. I don't get why you can step on tires and TVs, but just go straight through a solid mountain of fucking garbage until you fall to hell. I hate this shit, and when you die, odds are you're starting all over from the beginning. There's checkpoints, but they're far into the level, and these levels go on forever. It's a soul-crushing experience, but eventually you'll see through the bullshit and realize exactly how lazy this game truly is. You just keep encountering the same 4 or 5 things over and over. It's monotonous and honestly, a little insulting. I can't understand who the fuck this was meant for. It can't be Simpsons fans, because other than Bart and a couple other characters, this game has barely anything to do with the show. And it definitely can't be aimed at people who like good video games, because this game sucks nut butter from a jar.
Jesus.
Level 2 is anher LJN game requirement, the sewer level. I've played a lot of suck-bitch sewer levels in my life, and this one is up there with the worst of them. There aren't many enemies, but there's these weird platform things that shoot at you. For some reason, these snowflakes or sparks or whatever they are don't do shit, unless you're standing on it. I mean, it's just another thing that they threw in just to prey upon first-time players. You know, if this game were a person, it'd be a person I don't like. These platforms take forever, so to save time, I just jump down. But the game decides all of a sudden to kill you. If the screen doesn't catch up with Bart, you just die. And with the crap controls, expect to die a lot. Oh, I mean, these jumps, just look. The next level's a flying one. It's annoying and long, but once you know what to expect, it's easy. These bats are pretty annoying because their bombs are really hard to avoid. Bat shit bombs. I mean, actually, this level is the closest you get to a shred of actual fun. It's a shame. Then you fight Swamp Hag. She throws lumps of shit down at you from a treetop. You freeze it, jump on the frozen shit platforms, and then beat the fuck out of her. Also, I should mention, this boss fight is the exact moment where the game developers just gave up. It honestly messed with my head because it's so insanely easy. Everything else until this point was so frustrating, I wanted to belt sand my anus hole off. This boss fight, though, is so easy, it's almost pointless. And the next levels are easy, too. There's the occasional beginner's trap, but by now I've gotten used to it. This level with the conveyor belt was kind of fucked, but once you realize exactly what's fucked about it, you're able to make it to the exit, no problem. It's the most obvious path to take. But the game fucks with your head. You think that there's no way it could actually be that easy, but it is. There's numerous routes to take, and if you go the wrong way, you'll fall into a piss river. I mean, seriously, look at that. It's a glowing yellow river of piss that Bart drowns in. The water levels seem like they're going to be hard because, you know, they're water levels. But no, I got through them without any issues. In this one, everything's dark except for the searchlight, and even this is easy. The boss here is Dr. Julius Crab, not Zoidberg. All you have to do is avoid the small crab, and sure, you can him 3 times. And then it's on to the next level. Now you're in the underground caves of Lava Man. This level is whatever. I got stuck in the beginning here for a while before I realized I have to fall down this pit. Up until now, Bart died from falling in pits, and the game was cheap as shit with its death traps, so I kept passing it. Like I said, this game fucks with your head. Other than that, the level's straightforward. It's actually challenging, and doesn't throw too much bullshit at you. You also get to make use of Bartman's flight powers. They're limited, so whatever you do, don't run out in a place where you get fucked over, like this. The next level is a bullshit maze of doorways that lead you all over the place. This is definitely the worst level in the game. The first thing you run into is a waterfall that kills you instantly. There's absolutely zero indication that it's a hazard until you touch it and just die. The shit part is, they're littered throughout the level, and a lot of the time I forget and get killed again. They just look like part of the background. Also, you can't jump between platforms, even if they look close enough.
Get past them,
if you do, guess what? You die. Eventually, you find your way around and get near the end when they throw this room at you. You have to choose between 4 doors. One door is the right way, and the others just bring you damn near back to the beginning. So of course I chose the wrong door and had to redo it all. This is extremely close to the end of the game. By now I know all the traps and how to avoid them, but I keep getting fucked by this door puzzle. It's basically the coffin puzzle in Bart vs. the World, repackaged and even more annoying. I'm on my last life, and even if I make it through, I'm probably gonna have to do the fucking door puzzle again. I drew a map, and thankfully, that helped out. I made it through, beat Lava Man, who thank God is also easy as shit, and got Radioactive Man's final power back. They talk for like 5 seconds, then go off together to face the final boss. Braino the Magnificent! Oh, my last life, I really don't want to do this over again. But it's the easiest boss fight so far. You shoot lasers that bounce off Braino and reflect off Radioactive Man. It only takes 5 hits, and Braino can hardly even hurt you. The guy's a giant brain, but it's dumb as shit. Then Radioactive Man awkwardly talks to Bartman again, and that's it. This shitty-ass game is done. And I don't have to play another one for a while. But for how long? For a little bit at least. The NES Simpsons games were such a steaming ass pile, squirted out the diseased dickhole of my arch nemesis LJN in disguise. Acclaim was able to pass off their putrid piss poison as presents, ruining Christmas for lots of kids. Oh, that makes me so angry. I'm gonna have a cow, man!
Wow, nice cow.
He's playing some games, the worst he recalls. He's gonna find out which one sucked the most balls. The angry video game nerd is here. Oh, he's making a list and checking it twice. He's gonna go home and eat chicken and rice. The angry video game nerd is here. He hates the games that stink. He knows which games to break. He just might even hate them all, 'cause he's mad for fucking sake. You better watch out, don't give these games a try. You better not play them, he's telling you why. The angry video game nerd is here.
Aw, happy holidays to all. Aw. Yeah, that game, I feel sorry for the kids that back at that time that like wanted like, oh, a Simpsons game, and like, oh, they ended up with this crap. Like, feel so sorry for those kids. And now they're grown, pissed off adults that hate it, that still hate it to this day. And one of them is the nerd. He just made a whole video about it. That's awesome. But again, like, yeah, that whole opening was pretty cool. I wonder if they actually got the voice actors from the show to come and voice it. That would be awesome. And even if it's not, if it's impersonators or whatever, people that sound like the characters, that's awesome too. Yeah, and I found out about that Fallout Boy is a character from the Simpsons show, and he his that's where the band Fallout Boy got their idea for the name. I actually at first listened to Fallout Boy, the band, and then when I got curious about I wonder where they got their name from. Then I looked it up, and sure enough, it's from the Simpsons episode. I was like, what? That's pretty cool. But anyway, yeah, this video was great. It was funny, but yeah, that game sucks. Oh my god, man. Yeah, and I really love the Simpsons arcade games. I remember playing it a little bit when I was a kid. Because at the grocery store, they had this little section off where kids can go when their parents are off doing grocery shopping, They had all kinds of arcade games. This one was included, the Simpsons arcade game, and there's a few other ones. I remember there was Pac-Man. There was, I think I don't think they had Frogger anymore. Maybe. A few other ones I can't remember. But yeah, I do really remember the Simpsons one. That one was great. It's like, man, why wouldn't they want that in the freaking home console, man? Why wouldn't you want to sell that one? I mean, it's made a lot of money from the arcade, so why not put it out, man? Put it on the Wii, put it on the Xbox 360, PlayStation 5. Like, come on, man. PC, man. That's so messed up. I'm sure it probably is now. Maybe. I don't know. I ain't looked it up. Maybe it is now. But it's like, yeah, why wouldn't you? Like, I don't know. But it's like, yeah, why would you want to buy LJN when they've had a record of putting out nothing but crap, man? Like, if anything, that company should have been just shut down, man. Just let it die, man. I think I can guess why. Money. It's always about the money. Like, obviously with this game, all they care about was the money. They thought they just slapped in, Simpsons Bartman. That's it. They obviously didn't care about the kids or anybody who played it. All they cared about was money, man. That's sad. Anyway, that's it. That's my reaction to The Simpsons Bartman meets Radioactive Man on the NES by Angry Video Game Nerd. Everyone, take care of yourselves, each other, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Oh, and happy holidays. Bye.